Hi, I'm Stevie Fernandez.
And I'm Trish Whitmer. We're very happy to see you here with us for this week's Explore Tulsa. All right, Stevie, Valentine's Day is here. Big romantic evenings with the wife?
Can't tell you, Trish, because then it'd ruin the whole surprise.
So what you're actually telling me is that you have no idea.
It's a lot of pressure, Trish, to come up with that many surprises in a row. First is Christmas, then her birthday's in January, and then boom, it's Valentine's Day.
Well, maybe a gift from the heart is what she'd appreciate. And nothing says I love you like the romantic prose of poetry you might be able to create by becoming a part of the Mused organization.
Poetry is the right word in the right place. In Greek, a poem just simply means a made thing. And so at Mused, we like to say a poem is simply a handmade thing. So anyone who's thinking and perceiving can easily be a poet. All of us on the underground tunnel tour know history can be a ghost following us around. Memories kept up their tiny echoes, asking for forgiveness, never permission. I think started with my family. My dad was a big poet, and he used to read the classics to me when I was in a crib and didn't realize what was going on. But I think my mind became obsessed with the thought patterns and the rhymes and the rhythm and the way that language was expressed by those ancient poets, and they were amazing. So when I was in school, I would write a poem every day, and I would set it aside, and I would go do my work or go to classes, and I would come back later in the day, and I would pick up that poem, and I would think, who wrote this? What is this stuff sitting here? And then I realized, like, oh, surely I don't have these judgments, or surely I'm not, I'm not this person that I'm presenting here on the paper. But I was in the top of my head, I just didn't realize it. So then I got to, meet myself through this medium, and it's really helped expand my life moving forward. I graduated with my undergraduate degree from OSU, and I was miserable afterwards because I wasn't entranced in the work that I was in school. So I went back and got my master's degree, and then decided, hey, poetry is an amazing thing and it could be really great for society. So let's build an organization of people who can get behind the work of old poetry, read it to each other in public, study it in school again in a fun way, not a belabored way. Mused is Tulsa's new poetry and collaborative arts nonprofit. Basically, our vision, just very simply, is to put poetry back into the everyday affairs of the people, period. So anytime that we're doing that, we think that we're fulfilling our vision. In 2008, it was really difficult for people to find jobs, and so they were going back to school for fine arts degrees. So many people are experimenting in poetry now. So many new publishing presses have opened to support the work of poets, and it's a really great, vibrant community. We just want to make sure that these people are articulating their craft to an audience who's willing to hear it. So we just want to turn people around to listening to poetry more often. We just ask the community to come in, listen to old poets of the past, eat a piece of cake, write a little bit of poetry themselves based on a poetry prompt that we give them, and then we let them come up and read their poem at the end. And it's really amazing because I think when people walk into a busy event, they see people kind of like as furniture, not really as individuals with souls and minds and beauty of their own. And when you have someone come up and read a poem that they had just written there on the spot, you suddenly feel connected to them. You feel like you know something about them. So it's a way to really pull our environment within each other. The haunting happens as an empty bank vault waits to be filled with a metaphor about void that we won't design. Something we wish we could pull out of our mind and put back where we found it. Things can just kind of feel overwhelmed sometimes. And when we when we shake out the sheet a little bit and we're making the bed and everything's flat and everything's precise, it's kind of calming in that way, that you're not just having all of this fluff everywhere. Kind of like, you flip through a book of fiction, you just see all these words, you see a poem, and you just have a breath. That's what I love about poetry. It gives a breath in a really, really confusing, chaotic world.